Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to address a reality that many people tend to overlook, a reality that can quietly influence your life, your direction, and your future. There are forces around us, forces that often go unnoticed until the damage is already done. I am not here to instill fear, but to awaken awareness, to help you recognize that the spiritual realm operates alongside the physical world, and this realm leaves clues, clear indicators, and recognizable patterns that should never be dismissed lightly. Some people move through life unaware of the true nature of those around them. They trust without question, love without caution, and invest themselves without discernment. Yet there is wisdom in awareness, a wisdom that shields you from unseen dangers. Today I will reveal 10 clear signs that there may be a witch close to you. These signs are not folklore or imagination. They are realities that surface when hidden destructive influences are at work in someone's life. The first sign is manipulation. If someone consistently twists situations, alters narratives, controls conversations, or steers decisions in their favor even when it harms you, take notice. This goes beyond simple control. It is an effort to dominate, to erode your confidence, and to cloud your thinking. This is not ordinary persuasion. It is a calculated attempt to reshape reality according to their desires. The second sign is jealousy that exceeds normal bounds. While most people experience envy at times, a witch feeds on it. You may notice they quietly enjoy your setbacks. Your success brings them discomfort. They constantly measure themselves against you, seeking ways to diminish your accomplishments. When you rise, their joy is missing, and that absence carries danger. The third sign is a strange pattern of misfortune or accidents connected to them or even affecting you. If trouble seems to follow someone relentlessly or unexplained barriers emerge in your life whenever they are nearby, consider it a warning. The spiritual realm moves through both seen and unseen channels, and some individuals become conduits for disruption, whether consciously or not. The fourth sign is relentless negativity. If someone constantly projects fear, despair, or hopelessness, if their words leave you feeling drained and burdened, this is not random. The atmosphere around them becomes heavy. The weight is not merely emotional, it is spiritual. Their presence anchors darkness into the spaces they occupy. The fifth sign is secrecy. Privacy is natural, but secrecy hides intent. If someone is evasive about their whereabouts, associations, or actions, and responds with aggression when questioned, be alert. Hidden knowledge carries power, and some wield it to influence and manipulate the lives of others. When transparency is absent, caution is required. The sixth sign is unexplained hostility. Without clear cause, they may attack your character, your work, your family, or your aspirations. Conflict arises where peace should exist. When hostility appears without reason, it often transcends the personal. It becomes spiritual in nature. The spirit of contention is a weapon, and recognizing it is essential. The seventh sign is influence that feels unnatural. If others around them begin adopting their mindset, absorbing their negativity, or turning against your best interests, something deeper is at play. Influence spreads like a contagion. When control exceeds what is reasonable, it signals power that operates beyond the ordinary. The eighth sign is persistent deception. Lies extend beyond spoken words. They carry energy. Someone who habitually deceives, constructing a reality that benefits them while destabilizing others, is engaging in manipulation. The force behind such behavior is subtle, far-reaching, and dangerous if left unchallenged. The ninth sign is your intuition. At times, evidence is unnecessary. You simply sense it. Your spirit detects danger before your mind can rationalize it. That uneasy feeling, that inner alert, is your internal compass warning you of nearby malice. Never ignore intuition. It is a divine instrument for discernment. The 10th sign is repeated betrayal. If trust is consistently broken, promises are regularly abandoned, and loyalty is absent, this pattern is no accident. It represents the culmination of manipulation, secrecy, hostility, and spiritual interference. Life around such a person becomes chaotic, and their presence disrupts the natural flow of your destiny. Once you recognize these signs, wisdom must guide your response. Awareness alone is insufficient. You must act with clarity, courage, and intention, not through revenge or hatred, but through discernment. Protect your space, guard your energy, and refuse to let fear immobilize you. Stand firm in your purpose and allow integrity and righteousness to be your defense. Your life holds sacred value. Your destiny carries meaning. Those who seek to derail you operate in darkness, but you move within light. When you identify these patterns, you are not weak. You are empowered. You are not fearful. You are awakened. Your aim is not harm, but protection of what has been entrusted to you. The insight shared here is not mere information, it is power. Knowledge without action remains dormant, but when paired with faith, it becomes unstoppable. Your environment, your relationships, your opportunities, and your blessings depend on your ability to recognize what is hidden and respond wisely. Awareness shifts the balance of power back into your hands. Every space you enter carries your presence. Every interaction leaves an imprint. Do not allow darkness to walk beside you unnoticed. Do not let deception disguise itself as loyalty. Learn to identify subtle patterns. Trust your instincts. Guard your life against influences that seek to weaken your spirit. Awareness is your greatest defense. Each sign you recognize is an opportunity to rise, to reclaim control, and to bring light into shadowed places. Those who thrive in secrecy and envy succeed only when others remain unaware. The moment awareness arrives, control changes hands. That moment marks the first step toward freedom and alignment with your destiny. Your path is not defined by survival alone, but by growth. Growth amid challenge, growth amid deception, growth even in the presence of manipulation. Understanding patterns grants authority over your environment, clarity in relationships, and insight into your journey. Darkness itself is not the enemy, ignorance is. With awareness comes responsibility. Protect your mind, your heart, and your vision. Surround yourself with those who uplift and strengthen you. Create distance from those whose presence drains you, whose motives remain hidden, and whose influence corrodes your peace. Your time and energy are valuable resources. The moment you recognize these signs, you reclaim authority, you reclaim peace, you reclaim direction. No witch, manipulator, or agent of darkness can prevail against someone who walks with awareness, wisdom, and faith. Authority is not granted freely, it is exercised through conscious choice. Each boundary you establish is a declaration. You choose not to be derailed, not to be controlled, not to be diminished. Reflect on your relationships. Examine who you trust and who you allow into your inner world. Deceivers rarely announce themselves. They arrive disguised as allies, friends, even family. Discernment cannot rely on appearance alone. It requires sensitivity to energy, recognition of patterns, and trust in the quiet signals of your spirit. Spiritual perception is your most valuable asset. Many dismiss it, rationalize it, or ignore it altogether. Yet that inner alert is rarely wrong. When intuition speaks, it is not coincidence. It is truth seeking your attention. Manipulation often hides in subtlety, planted in small doubts, quiet comments, repeated behaviors. Over time, these accumulate, shaping outcomes and altering paths. Awareness interrupts this process and restores balance where it was lost. Word of criticism, a veiled action meant to confuse your judgment, is often overlooked. These subtle tactics are designed to destabilize your confidence, weaken your resolve, and prevent you from reaching your true potential. Here is a vital truth. Not everyone who harms you does so intentionally. Some individuals act as conduits for negative forces they do not even comprehend. Yet the effects are real and the consequences are tangible. Your relationships, your well-being, your finances, and your opportunities can all be influenced by such energies. This is why awareness is not optional. It is essential for protection. Consider the power of words. Words shape reality. Those who speak deceptively twist truths, or sow discord wield influence far beyond what is immediately visible. Listen carefully to the language of those around you. Determine whether their words are intended to uplift or manipulate. Notice if conversations leave you feeling drained, anxious, or uncertain. Words can subtly influence your perception and control your decisions without your conscious awareness. Pay attention to repeated patterns over time. One isolated incident may be coincidental, but recurrent behaviors reveal character and intention. Observe whether someone systematically disrupts your peace. Do they attempt to isolate you from opportunities, from allies, or from sources of encouragement? This is not a quirk of personality, it is a strategy. Recognizing strategy is crucial if you want to maintain control over your life. Time acts as an ally in revelation. The longer you observe, the clearer the patterns become, and the more evident hidden agendas appear. Patience is necessary, but it is not passive. It is active vigilance. Watch, listen, and evaluate. With each observation, your discernment sharpens, and your awareness becomes a shield impervious to superficial charm or hollow words. Energy cannot lie. Every individual radiates a unique energy, an invisible signature of intent. Some energies uplift, empower, and inspire, while others drain, confuse, and destabilize. Learn to sense this energy as you would a language. When someone's presence feels heavy or leaves you with a lingering sense of unease, pay attention. That feeling is a signal, an indicator that the spiritual and emotional dynamics surrounding you require careful observation and consideration. Influence is another subtle but dangerous sign. A manipulator or witch does not always attack directly. Often, they shape thoughts, opinions, and behaviors without drawing attention to themselves. They may subtly sway groups, plant seeds of doubt, or create divisions that benefit their agenda. Observe who exerts influence over your circle and note how their presence changes decisions, interactions, and relationships. Influence is a form of power, and unrecognized influence can be devastating. Opportunity distortion is another critical pattern. Sometimes when certain individuals are nearby, opportunities seem to vanish. Plans that should succeed encounter unexplained obstacles. Deals that should close fail unexpectedly. Relationships that should flourish break down for no obvious reason. This pattern is not accidental. The spiritual dimension can subtly shift the trajectory of your life, often through negative forces concealed within ordinary individuals. Fear is another tool used against you, not fear of the person themselves, but fear planted in your mind. Some individuals create doubt and anxiety, causing you to question your abilities, your worth, and your potential. This tactic is both spiritual and psychological. Its purpose is to weaken your self-belief, cloud your vision, and divert your focus from your goals. Awareness of this tactic allows you to reclaim your power. Opportunity sabotage is a pattern where someone, knowingly or unknowingly, channels misfortune into your life. They interfere with relationships, impede progress, or foster environments where chaos feels normal. These patterns may be subtle at first, but their cumulative effects over time are undeniable. Recognition of these behaviors is the first step in reclaiming your authority and protecting your destiny. Subtle signs often go unnoticed because they appear ordinary initially. Emotional draining is one of the most insidious. After interactions with certain individuals, you may feel exhausted, mentally fatigued, or emotionally unsettled. This is not coincidence. It is a transfer of influence intended to weaken your focus and clarity. Energy is life, and negative forces can disrupt it. Recognizing who drains your energy and why is crucial for safeguarding your life. Divisiveness is another significant indicator. Some people excel at creating conflict where none should exist. They pit friends against each other, sow misunderstandings, and subtly plant seeds of discord. Initially, these actions may appear minor, a trivial argument, a small disagreement, but over time, these disturbances accumulate, impacting relationships, work, and overall environments. This is not random, it is deliberate. Awareness enables you to intervene and prevent these disruptions from taking root. Character inconsistency is also telling. One day someone may appear charming, the next day cruel. One moment they help, the next obstruct. This is not mere moodiness, it is manipulation. The goal is to keep you uncertain, second-guessing your judgment, and dependent on their approval. Stability, integrity, and reliability are hallmarks of genuine character. When these qualities are absent, pay attention. Accountability is key. A person who refuses responsibility, who blames circumstances, others, or even you for setbacks, operates without conscience, enabling manipulation to thrive. Observe their interactions with others. Do they have a history of conflict, betrayal, or broken relationships? Patterns rarely deceive. Those who consistently leave chaos behind are likely to continue these behaviors if given access to your life. Notice reactions to success, both yours and theirs. Individuals whose joy is absent when you succeed often harbor envy, which may manifest as sabotage, manipulation, or hostility. Outward appearances may suggest support, but underneath lies subtle opposition. Success can threaten certain individuals, and your achievements may inadvertently provoke interference, conscious or otherwise. Financial behaviors can also reveal intent. Someone who consistently exploits resources, borrows excessively, or undermines opportunities signals a disregard for boundaries and a desire to destabilize order. Repeated misuse of resources is not just financial, it symbolizes attempts to disrupt stability in your life. Observe the emotions they evoke. Fear is a signal. Doubt is a clue. Confusion is a warning. When these feelings consistently accompany interactions, they reveal negative, potentially destructive influence. Your internal alarm system is functioning as intended. It is not faulty. Heed it. Gossip is another subtle yet powerful form of influence. Individuals who consistently speak negatively about others, spread distorted narratives, or plant seeds of mistrust manipulate perceptions. They create divisions and weaken connections strategically. Recognizing this pattern reveals a deeper spiritual and psychological dynamic beyond surface-level behavior. Emotional blackmail is a further tactic. Guilt, shame, or pity may be used to control decisions, sway actions, or manipulate outcomes. This manipulation leverages your empathy, desire for harmony, and willingness to help. Awareness of this pattern is essential for reclaiming autonomy. Finally, observe consistency in hiding intentions. People who operate secretly, speak in half-truths, or deliberately omit crucial details signal agendas misaligned with your best interests. Transparency reflects integrity. Secrecy often indicates manipulation. Recognition allows preemptive action before harm occurs. Now consider how these patterns converge to create a larger web of influence. Repeated manipulation, hidden agendas, emotional draining, and subtle sabotage accumulate over time, affecting your decisions, your relationships, and your ability to thrive. Awareness of these dynamics empowers you to set boundaries, protect your energy, and reclaim your authority. Your responsibility is to watch, evaluate, and respond with clarity. Each subtle sign, from inconsistent behavior to veiled criticism, from influence through gossip to financial disruption, is a signal for action. By identifying these patterns, you gain insight into the spiritual and psychological landscape around you. You no longer navigate blindly, you act with understanding and purpose. Subtle intimidation often reveals itself quietly. Sometimes the presence of a witch or manipulator is not overt. It is silent, almost imperceptible. You may notice a steady undermining of your confidence through small comments disguised as jokes, questions that challenge your abilities, or compliments that carry hidden criticism. These repeated microaggressions are like droplets slowly eroding stone. Over time, they weaken your self-belief, clarity, and sense of purpose. Recognizing these patterns allows you to guard yourself, to see the intent behind words, and to maintain your inner strength. Patterns in timing are also revealing. Certain individuals seem to appear precisely when challenges arise. Opportunities falter, conflicts surface, and confusion sets in, all coinciding with their presence or influence. Timing is rarely accidental. In the spiritual realm, forces often operate through people, using them as vessels for disruption. Recognizing this synchronicity alerts you to patterns that are otherwise invisible to casual observation, allowing you to protect yourself and respond with awareness. Habitual secrecy is another important signal. When someone consistently avoids transparency about their whereabouts, conversations, or relationships, they create an environment of uncertainty. That uncertainty becomes fertile ground for manipulation. Learning to see behind the facade is essential to distinguish between harmless privacy and deliberate concealment designed to control. Emotional inconsistency is equally significant. One moment they may seem supportive or affectionate, the next indifferent or hostile. This push-pull dynamic destabilizes your emotional balance. Over time, it forces you to question your instincts and second-guess your judgment. Emotional inconsistency is deliberate. Its purpose is to keep you unsteady and dependent on their approval or recognition. And awareness of this pattern enables you to maintain clarity and stability. Observe how they handle criticism. A person who reacts with anger, deflection, or blame when confronted with a simple question exposes a core truth. They cannot tolerate transparency or accountability. This response signals that their intentions are misaligned with honesty and fairness. Recognizing this allows you to avoid entanglement and retain control over your environment. Look at their interactions with people outside your immediate circle. Do they create conflict with neighbors, colleagues, or acquaintances? Do they leave a trail of disrupted relationships wherever they go? These behaviors reveal consistent patterns of operation. It is not merely personality quirks. It is a deliberate blueprint of influence and control that could extend into your life if left unchecked. Patterns of resource control are also significant. Borrowing without intention to return, manipulating shared resources, or exploiting opportunities at your expense are subtle signs of power exerted to destabilize order around them. Consistency in these behaviors is a warning to safeguard your environment, your finances, and your priorities. Envy often disguises itself as advice or concern. Some individuals present jealousy under the appearance of helpful guidance, offering suggestions meant to mislead or redirect you from your goals. Discernment is required to evaluate whether advice genuinely empowers you or subtly diminishes your agencies. Repeated cycles of tension are telling. When interactions with a particular individual consistently leave you drained, anxious, or uncertain, these are patterns, not coincidences. Such cycles are crafted to destabilize your focus and weaken your ability to act decisively. Awareness of these cycles allows you to preserve your mental and emotional space. Subtle isolation is another tactic. Manipulative individuals may attempt to alienate you from allies, friends, or mentors. They plant seeds of doubt, question loyalty, or distort perceptions of relationships. This silent control is designed to weaken your support system. Recognizing it early gives you the opportunity to reinforce your connections and maintain perspective. Influence often extends beyond direct interactions. Some individuals shape environments subtly through body language, tone, or indirect communication, affecting perceptions and reactions. You may not notice it immediately, but over time, your confidence, clarity, and decisions may shift without conscious realization. Charm is another tool of manipulation. Some appear warm, inviting, and charismatic, drawing people in effortlessly. While charm can feel comforting, it can also mask intentions, gaining trust and access to your life. When charm is repeatedly used to mislead, manipulate, or divert attention, it becomes a signal to remain vigilant. Authenticity builds trust. Manipulation hides behind a facade. Promises are also revealing. Repeatedly broken, delayed, or forgotten commitments indicate a pattern of subtle disruption, not mere irresponsibility. Unfulfilled promises create instability, erode trust, and weaken the foundations of your relationships and ambitions. Patterns of comparison are frequently used to diminish self-worth. Some subtly measure your progress against theirs or others, making achievements feel inadequate. This strategy is intended to lower confidence and create doubt, keeping you questioning your abilities. Recognizing it allows you to reclaim assurance and maintain focus on your purpose. Observe reactions when you set boundaries. Healthy relationships respect limits, while manipulative presences resist, test, and react with subtle aggression, guilt, or intimidation. Every boundary you establish asserts your authority and protects your space. Consistent resistance signals a desire to control beyond what is healthy or acceptable. Language patterns are revealing. Gossip, rumors, or negative portrayals of others reflect intent. Words designed to divide, manipulate perception, or damage credibility reveal underlying energy and influence. These patterns are indicators of character and control, not mere conversation habits. Notice reactions to growth. Individuals reliant on manipulation often resist your progress. They may appear outwardly supportive but subtly obstruct, delay, or discourage your development. This pattern often manifests in small but cumulative ways, slowing progress and creating obstacles without overt confrontation. Fear is a tool of influence. Consistent attempts to instill doubt or anxiety about decisions, outcomes, or potential failures are designed to weaken judgment. Recognizing fear-based manipulation empowers you to make choices rooted in clarity, courage, and purpose. Patterns of dependency are also critical. Some individuals seek to make you reliant on them emotionally, financially, or socially. By creating situations where their presence feels indispensable, they assert control. Awareness of this allows you to reclaim independence while maintaining healthy connections. Subtle competition is another tactic. Not all rivalry is constructive. Some individuals assert dominance rather than foster mutual growth. Recognizing these patterns early prevents unnecessary conflict and keeps you focused on your goals. Disruption in communal environments is a deliberate strategy. Individuals may provoke arguments, amplify disagreements, or manipulate opinions in social, work, or family settings. This is purposeful, not random. Understanding it enables you to navigate environments strategically, maintain peace, and avoid entanglement in conflict. Awareness is your most powerful tool. Discernment is your ally, and wisdom is your ultimate shield. The world is filled with people and forces seeking to manipulate, control, or derail you. Yet your destiny remains secure if you can recognize the signs and respond with clarity. You have been given insight, knowledge that many will never see. Do not squander it. Do not dismiss it. Stand firm. Guard your heart and protect your energy. Guard your mind with intention. Guard your purpose with discipline. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who speak life into your vision, who encourage growth, and who inspire courage when challenges arise. Choose proximity wisely. Distance yourself from those whose presence diminishes your confidence, drains your energy, or disrupts your direction. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world. Some people are meant to walk with you for a season, others only to teach you discernment. Protecting your space is not selfish. It is necessary for preservation and growth. Remember this truth clearly. Darkness only holds power where ignorance exists. Once awareness enters, once discernment is activated, once wisdom becomes your guide, darkness loses its influence. When you learn to recognize patterns, read intentions, and trust the signals within you, no force, whether visible or hidden, can derail your destiny. Awareness shifts the balance. Discernment restores authority. Wisdom builds protection where vulnerability once lived. You were not created to live defeated or diminished. You were not meant to stumble blindly through manipulation, confusion, or interference. You are here to thrive, to rise, and to walk with clarity and confidence. You are here to fulfill the purpose placed within you without compromise, without unnecessary delay, and without silent opposition shaping your path. Your life has meaning, direction, and value that cannot be measured by the opinions or intentions of others. Let this understanding settle deeply. Purpose demands responsibility. Growth requires action. Awareness must be applied, not admired. Knowledge that remains unused offers no protection. Discernment that is ignored provides no defense. What you have recognized must now inform how you choose, how you respond, and how you build boundaries around your life. So take this as a challenge, not spoken lightly, but offered with conviction. Take what you have learned and apply it with courage. Live deliberately, move intentionally, choose consciously. Do not wait for hardship to teach lessons that awareness could have prevented. Do not allow repeated patterns to continue simply because they feel familiar. Familiarity is not safety. Take ownership of your life. Take responsibility for your environment. Take control of your decisions, your associations, and your direction. Protect your destiny with wisdom and clarity. Protect your peace with boundaries and discernment. Protect your vision by refusing to entertain voices that sow doubt, fear, or confusion. Step boldly into the future that was designed for you, not cautiously, not fearfully, not hesitantly. Step forward with understanding, with confidence, and with strength. The signs have been revealed, the patterns are clear. Awareness now belongs to you. The authority to act rests in your hands. Rise with discernment, move with wisdom, thrive with purpose.